Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Strong Families online learning series presented by the West Virginia Family Engagement Center. Today's topic is staying calm as a family, strategies for managing emotions within the home. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center program is based on current, evidence-based practices that engage families, educators, and community members in the educational process to enhance student academic achievement. This initiative offers families a variety of opportunities to participate in their child's learning both inside and outside of school. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center program is made possible by a $4.8 million statewide Family Engagement Center grant, which was awarded to the Adventure Group by the U.S. Department of Education's Office of Innovation and Improvement. The Adventure Group is grateful to partner alongside the West Virginia Department of Education and the U.S. Department of Education on these efforts. The West Virginia Family Engagement Center is a program of the Adventure Group, an education nonprofit organization based in Morgantown, West Virginia. The Adventure Group, Inc. is a national nonprofit organization with a staff of West Virginia natives committed to enhancing education both within and beyond West Virginia. The organization has been in West Virginia for 20 years, finding resources to assist schools, students, and families. We welcome opportunities to help advance educational programs and ideas throughout the state and encourage you to reach out to us with any ideas you might have on how we can work together to make West Virginia a better place. The West Virginia Department of Education is committed to engaging families in their child's education. WVDE understands that a family's engagement in their child's education is key in improving academic outcomes for their child. WVDE wants to authentically engage and listen to families so that they are equipped to act as effective partners and are prepared to share their responsibility in learning so that their children reach their full potential and graduate college and/or career ready. The West Virginia Department of Education has core beliefs related to family, school, and community engagement, which include the following. All families have dreams for their children and want to see them succeed. All families have the capacity to support their children's learning. When families are equipped with accurate, relevant, and timely information, they are properly positioned to partner to support their children's learning. Families and school staff should be equal partners with support from the community. And the responsibility for building positive, productive relationships between school and home rests primarily with the school staff, especially school and county leaders. My name is Dr. Megan Cochran, and I serve as the Assistant Director of the West Virginia Family Engagement Center program. I'm thrilled to share this information with you today, and we'll look forward to engaging and learning together. During the challenging time of the COVID-19 pandemic, it's understandable that all of us have felt emotions such as anxiety, anger, and sadness, and we might have even been overwhelmed with stress. It's important for us to remember that our children look to us as adults as a beacon for guidance and hope during this time. By communicating clearly and providing both encouragement and hope, we can help them remain calm. Open communication is especially important when we are communicating with our children. Our reactions as their caregivers can often significantly contribute to how they react to a particularly stressful or upsetting situation. It's important for us to keep an open line of communication where they can ask questions and communicate openly and regularly with us regarding any concerns that they have. Use this to communicate positively with them, even if they may be focused on negative elements initially. Here's a quote from the National Association of School Psychologists. It says, "Take time to talk. You know your children best. Let their questions be your guide on what information to provide." This quote is an excellent example of the how and why behind talking to our children. As the caregiver for your child, you know them better than anyone else. You can pick up on nonverbal cues that they might be displaying that show that they need to chat, or you can decipher the coded language behind what they are saying based upon their facial expressions or body language. Use these cues from your child to determine how much or how little you should share with them during any given conversation. Let them know that there is an open door communication policy and that you'll be available to chat with them at any time to discuss how they're feeling during what is a very uncertain, and stressful time for them and all of us. Let them know that there are no silly questions and that if you don't know the answer, you'll check with a health or education professional for further clarification. We can use this time to strengthen our communication with our children and let them know how much we care. Emotional intelligence is something we are all capable of, but it's a trait that is somewhat difficult to display. Emotional intelligence enables us to regulate our emotions and how we're feeling. And most importantly, it provides us with a means through which to express these emotions to others. Although it can be difficult to display emotional intelligence in an especially difficult, uncertain, or stressful situation, we must try to model this important attribute in our interactions each day. For example, utilize I statements when describing emotions. You would say, I feel, to begin that sentence. Share with others how you are feeling by reflecting on those I statements rather than placing the blame on others. This is especially important to showcase to our children so they can hopefully display emotional intelligence in their interactions as well. Having and displaying emotional intelligence, also known as EI, is an important learning experience for us as it helps us to regulate feelings such as anger, sadness, or anxiety. By demonstrating EI in these types of situations, you can share with your child how to express strong emotions in a healthy and productive way, ultimately contributing to a calmer environment. We have some tips to share with you today on striving to create a comforting and a calm environment within the home. The first is to create an environment of trust, respect, and support within your home for your children. Again, as adults, they're going to look to us to model these types of behaviors that they too display themselves. One tip for this is to model emotionally intelligent behavior through your words, actions, and behaviors with your child. And this isn't just during times of stress or high emotions that you need to display emotionally intelligent behavior. This is something that you should enact in every situation with your child so that they too become more in tune to their emotions. They too begin using I statements to share how they're feeling with others, and so that they become overall more emotionally intelligent children. The second tip is to model positive behaviors. Children often mimic the behaviors that they see within the home. As adults, our actions contribute greatly to their reactions to stressful events. You should check in with yourself when you react to a particular situation in the home. Ask yourself, am I modeling positive behaviors for my child? Some strategies for success for this include the 24K golden rule and daily family check-ins. With that golden rule, always think about the impact of your actions on your children and be as particular in what you do with your children as you would want others to be. One way you can do this is by having daily family check-ins. And that can be a simple act of, habit and purpose that you do every day with your child. You can do it in the morning when they first wake up, during mealtime, during lunch, during dinner, during breakfast, or perhaps at the end of the day to check in to see how they're feeling and to see perhaps how you might be able to help them regulate those emotions. And you'd be really surprised by what insight those daily family check ins can have for you and your children. Our third tip is to bolster self esteem. You most definitely should emphasize the great things that your child is doing, even during times of stress. Even if you've had a particularly stressful day filled with high anxiety, anger, stress, or emotions, try to find a moment where your child did something great. You can sandwich your feedback to them by sharing with them things that perhaps they need to work on, but also, again, come back to the positive in between that and share with them you had a tough day, but you also did some great things as well. Encourage your child to turn failure into forward by promoting a growth mindset. This helps them know that we all have bad days, but just because we fail or just because we experience tough times or high anxiety or high emotions, that doesn't mean that we can't move forward. And that's what growth mindset is all about. For our fourth tip, we're providing some strategies for you to use at school. Ask a teacher or administrator at your child's school how they're promoting social and emotional learning during COVID-19. This can also provide you with strategies that they're using at the school that you can implement at home as well. Utilize programming and support services provided by your school, such as counseling service and mental health supports, as needed to support your child's emotion and well-being. We strongly encourage you to reach out to your children's educators and administrators to be able to employ these strategies. We've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know you and to share this information with you today, and we have even more tools, tips, and resources at our website and on our social media platforms. You can find us on Twitter at WVFEC or on Facebook at The Adventure Group. Our website is wvfec.org and again provides a great variety of tools and resources for you to view yourself and also to share with others. Additionally, I'm here to support you at any time. You can reach me via email, which is mcochran@edvgroup.org, or via phone, which is 304-296-9021, extension 12. Please feel free to reach out to me at any time if I can be of support in any way to you. Here are the references from today's presentation. These provide a deeper dive into the topics that we've discussed today and some of the key strategies and tips that I've shared as well. Please feel free to visit any of these on your own time for additional information. And again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us for today's presentation.